Hi and welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm taking a look at one of these. This is a Shark Detect Pro cordless vacuum cleaner, and like most of these they do tend to lose a bit of suction after a while, and it can be easily fixed, generally a clog somewhere or just a filter that needs cleaning. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing you need to do is just remove the battery. Got a little button on here and the battery will slide off, and then you can start breaking the vacuum cleaner down. So take off the base plate, and take off the wand. So the first place to look for any blockages is in the wand itself. It's generally where things go because they get sucked up here and then get lodged in. So you should be able to see all the way through the vacuum cleaner. If you can't, then you know that there is some kind of blockage. This one looks absolutely fine, so that's a good thing. But if not, just take a long pipe or a garden cane and just push it through and get it out of one end. So that's how you clear a blockage from that. You've also got a smaller sort of pipe on the end of the foot plate. This one does move. This is the one that moves when you're vacuuming, and same again, you should be able to see all the way through. You can just about see, I think, through there. So you should be able to see the brush bar. If you can't, same again, just put a small garden cane. Be a bit careful because you do have a plastic corrugated pipe which you don't want to split, and that's that. So if you've got a blockage in there, that will stop dirt going up the tube, and you'll lose a bit of suction there. One other thing on the foot plate is you've got your brush bar. So you should always give your brush bar a bit of a clean. They are supposed to be sort of semi-self-cleaning these days, but it doesn't always work. If you've got this particular model, there is a button on the top of the faceplate here. You just press it in and give this section a bit of a pull. If you've got a blockage in your tube there, it may be easier without the brush bar in to get to it, because it travels from down there and into here, which is slightly hidden by the brush bar, but that's that. Obviously make sure there's no debris stuck in these little sort of groove things here. Give it a good clean out, a bit of a toothbrush job, and then you've got your brush bar itself. If you've got a lot of rubbish wrapped around it, you can take it off, maybe even use like a pair of scissors or a knife just to free off any hair that's stuck around it. Once that's clean and free, you can then slide it back in, and it slides into this little sort of a gear up here. So you just pop it back in and twist it until it fits in the right place, and click. That is your base plate put back together. And then we take a look at the main unit itself. With the battery attached, you can use the unit as a handheld device. A good way to test whether you've got a blockage in your foot plate or your tube is to take this off. If you're getting decent suction without the tube or the foot plate on, then you know there's a blockage in there somewhere. If not, then it may be something to do with this rather sort of space age looking piece of kit. There is a twist section on the top here. You'll see that'll say lock and unlock. So twist that to the unlock section, and then it means you'll be able to take off this, which is your filter cover, and you should be able to just take your filter out. There's a little latch here, and out it comes. Give this filter a good clean. Don't use anything too heavy. It is a bit of a paper filter, but just remove any dust and debris that's in there. So you've got two buttons, one on each side. See, there's a sticker on the side of mine, and it says dust cap must be opened to remove filter. So these two buttons won't pull off, won't pull the section off unless you open this button here. There we go. So that opens that, and you'll see inside there is like a filter or a grill, and you can then press those two side buttons and take this section off. So just that is pretty much it for this half. There's nothing in here further to clean. You could just make sure there's no debris or dust or hair in there, and just make sure it's all tidy in there. And we'll turn our attention to the bit that we just took off. So this is where all your dirt goes. And so this bit here is a bit of a mesh. Use a toothbrush or a microfiber cloth and just clean off anything that's stuck on that. You also got your little door here, if I can get it open. This little door here, which is magnetically stuck, so just press this button here and pull the door open. Occasionally, if you've sucked up something metallic, you'll get a little bit that's stuck in there. I had a little screw stuck in there, and it was stopping the door shut and causing a bit of suction issue. So just check that little magnet there and make sure that that door then securely shuts. And one final filter area to look at is in the back here. So just gently pull that out. This is one of the main filters in the machine, and you can see it's quite dirty. I have given this a clean out. Clean it with a toothbrush, some air duster if you've got some, and make sure that is nice and clean. Once again, this is a paper filter or a fabric filter, so don't be too rough with it. And that is pretty much a breakdown of this particular vacuum cleaner. You can then put it all back together. So you put your filter back in there, and you put this section into there. That will clip in. Pop your extra filter back in there. There's two little sort of lugs on one side, and it fits in those two there. So just pop that in and it clicks into place. You can put the cover back on and make sure you turn the dial to the lock section, so then you can't take this off. And then it's just a case of putting the whole thing back together. So pop that in there. That's your wand reattached. Put your foot plate back on, and you are good to go. Well, you need to put the battery back on. And that is that. That is how you take apart one of these Shark Detect Pro. It's an anti-allergen complete seal. It's the one that when you sit it on its base, it will self-empty. There is a filter in the base itself which might need looking at, but for suction issues and for general sort of power issues with one of these, that is how you take it apart and check all the filters, check the tubes, and just make sure there's nothing stuck, no blockages, etc. So let's have a go. That seems to be back to normal, how it was. It's gone into the dust chamber, and there you go. So if you've got a problem with one of these, I hope that helped. They're pretty easy to take apart and sort out, and it's something that can save your vacuum. If you can get it into pieces, you can check the filters, check the pipes, just check for blockages and general sort of mess that is probably in places that it shouldn't be. So there you go. I hope that helps. Enjoy.